welcome to my channel. It's a Sunday, so it's a roundup of the Empties. I haven't done Empties for quite a long while, and I've had them sitting on a little shelf over here, and every time I've had to get to everything I've got super angry and pushed them out of the way, and then I've remembered that I can't get rid of them. And the reason I can't get rid of them is because if I use a product right to the last drop, and bearing in mind how many products I get sent and how many products I buy, my God, it has to be good. I feel very guilty only half using or a third using a product, and I do tend to pass them on to other people who I think they'll be better suited to. But if I use a product to the very last drop, oh, trust me, it works. I need to change this squeaky chair, don't I? Let's start with a classic. I have literally just finished, and you can't tell because it's an opaque bottle, and I know it's an opaque bottle, Paula, because retinol is a fundamentally unstable ingredient, but I've just finished my Paula's Choice 1% retinol clinical retinol treatment, and this is the retinol that I recommend to most people. I'm going to see if I can get something out of it, and what's the betting? It does a squirt now, but it's not going to squirt. It's a yellow milky serum. I've never had any irritation with it. I found it very easy to use, bearing in mind I've used prescription strength Retin A as well. I just feel it's a lovely light consistency, easy to use first step retinol for most people other than the most sensitive skin. I wouldn't say that I noticed a huge difference from my skin using it, but it's one of those ones that when you stop using it, you suddenly notice your skin just loses that healthy glow. I really, really love this product. She does a silicone one in a silvery tube, which is much more velvety. Personally, I don't like it. I like something with a bit of hydration in it. It's kind of a gold standard for me. It's my equivalent of 2% BHA because it's for older skin and sun damaged skin, and I really like it. There are a couple of serums that I've used, both from NIOD. One is the Multimolecular complex. You'll not be surprised to hear that I've used that to the very last drop. I've now moved on to Multimolecular Hyaluronic Acid Complex 2, which is this, but with amped up actual hyaluronic acid instead of sodium hyaluronate. You know I love this product. I use hyaluronic acid every single morning on my skin. If it's a singular molecular weight, it tends to be stickier and dry and tighten on the skin. Because this is multimolecular, it works on the surface, it works within the stratum corneum, and then it begins to get into the top of the epidermis as well, which means it takes water into the skin from both the outside world and within the skin. So it's a double whammy, or in this case a triple whammy. I really love that product, and whenever somebody says to me, how do you stop crepiness around the eye or crepiness around your lips, or what do you take on a flight with you, this would be my absolute go-to product. And around my eyes, I actually mix it with concealer. If I find my concealer or whatever concealer I'm trying is a little bit dry and it's going into my crepey eyes, I mix it with this and it basically just gives it more slip. It's a really great product. However, I would like to say that I use the copper amino isolate serum. That's the blue one that you mix before you use it. I didn't have any problem using it. I used it at night under my hyaluronic acid serum and in the morning under my hyaluronic acid serum. It was a really simple product to use. I'm just going to see if I can get anything out of it. Look, I literally do use them to the last drop. It's the bright blue one. I didn't notice any difference in my skin. Somebody explained to me the effect I'm supposed to get. I noticed absolute zero difference in my skin. I know it's a cult product. I know lots of you love it. Since I've stopped using it, I haven't noticed any difference in my skin either. I know this is supposed to be my favourites, but it's also my Empties, so I should be really honest. It's a tiny bottle. It didn't take me very long to use. Would I purchase it again? Probably not. Sorry, Brandon. By the way, for every single DM that asks me to get involved in whatever is happening at DECIEM, I'm really sorry. I've answered a few people by DM, but I will not get involved publicly in any spat. I have no idea what's going on. Brandon, to me, has always been an incredibly smart, eclectic, intelligent, charismatic man, and like most brand owners and brand founders, truly passionate to the point of being single-minded, and that's all I can say about it. I still love the products. What can I say? It will be a hard day when I have to give up my NIOD multimolecular hyaluronic acid too complex, which is what I like now. Finally, on the skin, we've had a terrible rash of really cold weather in the UK, and I've just finished Triple Lipid Restore from SKINCEUTICALS. Now, for everybody that says to me, I don't like heavy creams and oh my God, it's a cream in a pot, you're absolutely right. My first port of call for dehydrated skin would be to layer on serums, but sometimes you just need to put a cashmere jumper on your face, and that's what this is. It is an incredibly rich, emollient balance of cholesterol, fatty acids and ceramides, which are the three things your skin needs, not oils, to hydrate it. If you put an oil on your skin, it will have a balance of fatty acids and lipids and ceramides in it, but your skin's enzymes will have to break them down to fatty acids, lipids and cholesterol to use them. This does all the hard work for you. I would put it on my hands, my knees. Quite often when I fly, I might take a little miniature sample of it. I would put it everywhere where I just felt in the depth of winter or on a really cold, windy, wet day, my skin needed something between it and the outside world. It's kind of a little bit of a dry skin tub of miracle worker. You know, there are a lot of tubs of very, very expensive, supposedly hydrating creams out there. I haven't found one better than that, I must admit. It took me a long time to get through it. I don't often use it. If you've got dry skin, I'm sure you'd go through it in about 6 weeks. Now let's go on to hair. I am very honest about everything in life, but I'm particularly honest about the fact that, sorry, my cats are shedding. I've got cat hair all over me. I'm particularly honest about the fact that I suffer from a flaky scalp. Now, just recently I was in Spain speaking to, they don't have trichologists out there, which are English specialists in scalp health. They have dermatologists that specialise in hair. Anyway, and I was talking to him about my dandruff and he said, you don't suffer from dandruff. He didn't say it, he said it in a Spanish accent. Oh my God, I've put water in that to rinse that out, listen to that. He said, you suffer from a sensitised scalp because you dye your roots. And I'm sure that's probably true because I do dye my roots back to my base colour since I've gone grey. And that tends to be when I get a flaky sensitised scalp. I still think it's dandruff, but maybe he was just being polite to me. This Philip Kingsley Flaky Itchy Scalp Shampoo was absolutely brilliant. Not only did it tackle any outbreaks by using it and remembering to use it, because that's the key, twice a week, it stopped me, even after dyeing my roots, getting that irritated, red, inflamed, sore scalp. It's beautifully cleaning on the scalp, doesn't dehydrate the ends. I really, really liked it. Now, talking of which, and this I've had for so long, it's covered in hard water. What a mess. This is the REDKEN Clean MANIAC Micellar Shampoo. I have very dry coloured ends. It's triple processed, so it is coloured, the roots are dark, then it's highlighted, it's heated and styled, it's got a Brazilian blow dry in it. My hair goes through a lot, you know, but hey, it's dead. Doesn't have to be treated with the same respect you treat your skin. You can repair it quite easily, but what I do like to do is give an intensive clean here and then lots of masks here, and that's exactly what this does. It's an intensive scalp cleansing shampoo that doesn't tangle your hair. I absolutely loved it and I used it right to the last drop, and the only reason it looks such a mess is because I live in an incredibly hard water area and that's how everything in the bottom of my shower looks. I should clean it up before I shoot it or try and find a new bottle. But so that is the REDKEN Clean MANIAC Micellar Shampoo. I really, really liked it. And then a little tub, so the equivalent of this but for your hair, a little tub of really gorgeous hair conditioning mask that I've used to the last drop, and that is WELLA Fusion mask. Hold on, it's covered in hard water and it's got a small reverse out tight, so I'm just going to tell you what it's actually called. It's called Intense Repair Mask from WELLA Fusion. I really loved it. Does that say on there Silk Steel? Oh, I love that. That's exactly what you want your hair to be like. You want it to be as soft as silk and as strong as steel. I used every last drop of that. There was a shampoo and conditioner as well. The conditioner I also liked. The shampoo I didn't find deep cleansing enough. So I think I used half of that and then passed it on to a friend with less oily scalp than I did. But the conditioner, but more importantly the mask, Absolutely brilliant. You know what, I will tend to use a deep intensive hair mask most times I wash my hair, which is about 3 times a week. I don't keep them just for sort of, you know, leave them on for 10 minutes. I wash my hair first, put my mask on, and then wash, shave the rest, whatever I have to do, the rest of my body, and then I come back and rinse the mask off. And then a cleanser that I've used to every last drop as well. This is part of a range called Elixir by a formulating chemist called Colette Hayden, who's worked on lots of different brands. I think she worked on, let's have a think, she worked on Nubo, and she worked on some of Marco Lenz's products, many other ranges as well. She's a gorgeous French lady, and she created a range called Elixir, which is super chic. I put it all over my over my Instagram when it first came out, and I think I put it in my what's coming up in 2018. When I hold this up to the light, I can tell there's a tiny bit in there, and I'm going to cut it open and use it now. It's the Elixir Electro Gel Cleanser. What's interesting about this, it's not a gel. Let's see if I can get some down. It's my beloved cream cleanser, so my classic cream cleanser. There you go. It's a cream cleanser. It's beautifully scented, which I don't normally like scented anything, but I'm okay with a scented cleanser. It's not on your skin for any length of time to cause any irritation. And this and my £1.50 Primark microfiber cleansing cloth will get rid of every single scrap of makeup on your face and neck. It really is beautiful, looks like that on your skin, mixes with water, turns to a sort of creamy milk, rinses clear away. Very slightly rose scented, more medicinal rather than essential oil smelling. I really like the entire Elixir range, but that's the product I've used up first. And they are, she said, grabbing her microfiber cloth and wiping down the back of her hand, they are my Empties, probably for the first 3 months of this year. 2 serum, 3 serums. Not surprisingly, I've gone through 3 serums in 3 months. 2 concentrate serums, 1 normal size serum, a heavy moisturiser, 2 shampoos, a cleanser and a conditioner. I thought next time I would do makeup that I've hit pan on. How often do you hit pan on makeup? You know what I mean by that, don't you? As in, you hit the bottom of the metallic pan that the makeup's in. I don't do it very often, but I could show you some products that I've hit pan on that I have been using for years. That's how long it takes me, between 6 months and 2 to 3 years, to hit pan on most of my products. And I wear my makeup most days as well. Makeup really does last me a long time. So I thought I would do makeup that I've hit pan on and share you how I use it. What I'll do is I'll get up the other table, I'll bring out my mirror, and I'll show you how I use all of my favourite products, including NARS Bumpy Ride, which is the blusher that Andrew Gallimore told me how to apply correctly with Freesol. Freesol, it will take me 10 years to use up that palette. I use a tiny bit here, but I've already hit pan on my first bumpy ride, and I absolutely love it. So next week, products that I've hit pan on. Thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing. I'll put all the details of all the products below. Tell me about any products that you've actually managed to finish to the last drop, because I do believe that's the ultimate test. I would happily buy any of these, probably with the exception of the Copper Amino Isolate Serum again. If, however, you like CASE, as it's known, Copper Amino Isolate Serum, tell me what you love about it and what you think it does to your skin, because I kind of want to be won over and I'm not yet. See you next week.